Okay, started recording. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Welcome to September 18th, 8:15 market update. A lot of information from yesterday. Let's digest it all and see where the market is going this morning and where the market is going to go as we go looking forward. So we had the big rate decision yesterday. So I want to make sure you have the right screen now. Let's switch that screen over to quickly before I go. I just want to share something out of that screen. If you're looking at my screen right now, you're looking at the algo. This morning I took a trade this morning, and I didn't take I just took a one trade this morning. So even the last trade that happened at around 7 o'clock, I didn't take that. I missed it. I wasn't here for it. But the trade before that, around 3:30, 4 o'clock, that trade I did take. And originally I got a signal on my on this one here. I got a signal, but I was late catching it. I was late actually not even getting into this trade. Why? I looked at as soon as the signal came in, my alert went off in my phone here, and quickly took a look at it. And the problem when I looked at it, it was already kind of going to the downside right here below the line here. But I just want to show you something that I always use as a trick when I'm getting into a trade. I always look back. I always kind of look back that, okay, what's happening? What's the last high? And these lines really help you. What happened here is, see this little bump to the upside? It took away a false, this was a false breakout. This price went right back below the line. I would never take that line. You would never take that trade until the price actually closed above here. But the price actually went down below the line. But the next time I'm getting into a trade here, this bump is already here. And when that bump is there, when I want to get into the trade here, I want to get the price above this. That's a false breakout. If I'm getting a trade signal here, I want to wait to get into the above here. So if I'm trading manually, you want to go above here. And if you'd done that, you would have had really nice, you would have gotten into the trade right here. So actually I missed that trade to the downside. It started going down, and I was kept on watching for the next hour or so, and finally actually started coming back. And I was watching for the price to go above this bump here. And when the price did go above this bump, I grabbed it, and I've got a very good money on it. I put that trade in the chat. If you look at it from this morning. So made some good money on this one. This one just all of a sudden, boom, just flew right up. Okay, so really made one trade like this all day can make your day pretty much. So that was a trade this morning, but I wanted to show you this, so you know in the future if you're trading here, if you're looking for a trade, always look in the back and see where the high was, especially this line here. This is a support line, this is a resistance line. Always, if you're buying it to the upside, look at the last resistance line. And we'll talk about this more. I'll go at lunchtime. A lot of demand. I gotta make a video of it. So this afternoon I will make a video of it, how to get into the trades, how to pause it on your trading view. Once this trade is taken right here, how to pause it and follow the trade on your own. Okay. How you can manually close it. So we'll talk about that at lunchtime. So anyway, sorry about that. I just wanted to quickly show you that. So let's go back to the market update here. So let's go change my screen over, and we are going to this screen here. So you're looking at Intel this morning, but before we talk about Intel, let's talk about the market. Market is sitting at 67.08. On the hourly, a little bit of bouncing back. It's a very bullish run. So if you look at the day chart, very bullish. Okay. So even yesterday, remember this little candle here that I showed you the day before was kind of bearish. Then this candle here pushed all the way to down here, and it did get below this one. If you took a short below here, you made good money, because we said if it goes below here, take a short. But the buyers came in and they pushed this market right up later on. And the market just, after 6 o'clock, the market just got pushed right back up. And since then, the market has been pretty much going to the upside. So why is the market bullish? Market is bullish because remember, one of the things we talked about, what is it going to happen for the next two meetings? So there you have it. Yesterday, Jerome Powell made it official that the next time we're going to get another quarter point cut and another quarter point cut after that. Is it written in stone? Not, but it's got a very good chance that we're going to get two more quarter point cuts. And I think the inflation numbers are going to come out are going to come much higher. But I think he doesn't care about the inflation. And a lot of people did ask him yesterday, "Hey, you were looking at the inflation. You were on that number." But he did make a comment that the jobs number was getting weaker and weaker, and they had to support that. And that's what he actually stressed out a lot during the talk yesterday, during the conference call. So where the market going? So far, the market is happy, getting a quarter point and a quarter point cut, and that is now getting priced into the market. Okay, so the market is pricing it in. That's why the market is kind of moving it up. Market has no catalyst to push the market to the downside right now. There is no negative news out there unless this the big decision that we are waiting for is from the Supreme Court. Could that happen? A lot of people say it could happen October, some say November, some say December, but I think that it could come down anytime. I really think this decision could come down anytime, and that will have an effect on the market. Again, if they go against the Donald Trump, this market will dump. Okay, they got to print up a $1 billion, and that's why I'm looking at it. Why is the 10-year not coming down? And the 10-year is actually going up. Okay, it kind of pumped up, and that's what the 10-year is waiting for. 10-year is waiting for this decision to come from the Supreme Court. If they have to print money, this thing is going to jump up. Okay, why? Because now they're going to increase the debt, and it's going to cost the U.S. to print all that money. They're going to have to offer it at lower rate, but the existing the bonds will go up in price. So that's a problem here, and this is what's going to happen. And they're going to have to sell bonds at cheaper, prices, lower yields, for people to take over $1 trillion, and that is just going to kill long term the American dollar. American dollar is just going to hit down to the downside very quickly, but we're not going to worry about that till actually we get official news. I think the news is going to come in favor of Donald Trump. Again, everything else is coming in favor of him. So there, I think the judges everybody's pretty much afraid of what Donald Trump can do to them, and that's what's happening. Even the decision with Jimmy, what's his name, Kimmel. I don't know if any of you heard Kimmel got fired or not fired, but his show got canceled. And his show is also political decision. And if you look at what's going on with the Next Track and what they're trying to buy, you'll know that what's going on there. So anyways, this is where the market is sitting. The 10-year is sitting very strong here, 4.07. And I don't think this thing here is budging right now. So let's take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is hitting the high, same exact what the ES futures have done. So right now there is no catalyst for this. Actually, Nvidia is now pushing this up. Intel now is pushing it up, and we'll talk about that news in a minute. And what is the Dow doing? Dow is also hitting, trying to break the all-time high right there. If it does, it can really start flying to the upside. IWM, what did you do with it? I didn't do anything with it yesterday. I was thinking about selling it. I don't know. You know what? I was so busy yesterday. I said, you know what? I'll leave it leave it alone. And I think it was a good decision right now. It's sitting at 241, 242. I don't know if anybody else has made a decision whether they're still hanging on to this one. This one is at 234. It's almost like $8 up right now on this ETF. I think it's safe for the ETF anyways, but it is trying to break out this new high up here. This is a bearish candle here. It's trying to break. Once it breaks that, it could run pretty much up. I think it can. Why? With the interest rate. Remember, I didn't expect them to announce the next two quarters, next two meetings, where they were going to actually say, "Hey, we're going to get another quarter and a quarter." I would expect it to say they'll look at the data and then they'll decide. But they actually mentioned they're going to have another quarter and a quarter almost. It's like a written in stone pretty much. So that's why the market is kind of up and running, and especially this small micro cap stocks. So look at that trend line work. See how strong that trend line break was to the upside. Okay, that is IWM oil. On the good news with the oil price cuts, it's sticking around where it is. I'm not doing anything with oil right now. If you want it, 64.43 above, 64.50 above, you can go long, but I'm not touching it. I'm gonna go short below the golden line. Oil is basically sitting sideways, so I'm just not in any. I haven't traded oil for the last couple of weeks at all. Okay, we're having a lot of volume in this area. See this a lot of buying and selling going on right here, and it's been stuck in this range now since back in June. So when it does break either to the upside or the downside, it's going to have a pretty good break. Okay, so which direction is going to break? We'll see. Gold is going back up now after the rate decision. Now gold is waiting for the CPI numbers. Okay, and I think the gold is still going up. Somebody asked me about gold and silver. Circle, you asked me about this morning, I think. What is gold and silver gonna do now? I think they're gonna continue to the upside, and we have inflation numbers that are gonna come out soon. That is gonna pump this to the upside. They're hedge against inflation. Commodities always are. You look at the copper, you look at zinc, you look at all the other metals, they are always a hedge against inflation. If inflation is going up, these commodities are going up as well. Gold, I have a target of 4K now, very strong, lots of buying in this zone. And there's your breakout. If you're holding from this breakout, you're just making a pretty good money. Okay, so gold is headed, gold is gold, gold is headed higher. Okay, the VIX has come down from yesterday after the rate decision. It is down, cool down. Markets going up. Nothing going on with the VIX. The next big VIX pump up is going to be the Fed, the Supreme Court rate decision. Okay, that's where it's saying. If you tackle, we talked about the 10-year, and what about the put call ratios? If you look at the SPY, it's gone a little bit towards the put side this morning. Same thing with the triple Q. It's not that hard core towards the put, but it's still a little bit gone to the put side. Still, this is a good neutral market. I think where the market is can still head to the higher side, and it is. And these, they haven't gone to the put side that strong. But IWM it's gone 58% more gone to the put side. Can the market come down a little bit today? And this is what the IWM is suggesting. But let's see. What about the Bitcoin? Bitcoin, we gotta have a quarter point cut. It's happy with it, but it's also happy with the two more cuts we are gonna get, and that is liquidity into the market, more cash. And I think if you know that decision that the Supreme Court's gonna make on those tariffs, if they make it against Donald Trump and they're gonna have print more money, I see that printing of that money going into Bitcoin, and that I think this is going to be a bad news for the stock market, but it's going to be a good news for the Bitcoin. And with that money, a lot of that money could go into Bitcoin and push this Bitcoin a much higher, maybe into the all-time highs. So if they're going to print that money and the interest rates are going to go lower, Bitcoin could be parting. I think it can, if the market goes down, like a lot of people say, well, if the market's going down, Bitcoin's going down. Maybe the short term, but the long term, I would be very bullish on Bitcoin, because if you have liquidity in the market, free cash that's coming in, hey, I would be buying Bitcoin. Okay. So that is MSTR is going. Hey, Bitcoin is holding steady. Why is MSTR going down? Somebody asked me that yesterday. I mentioned many times, guys. MSTR has a lot of debt. They borrow a lot of money to buy Bitcoin. They are largest holder of Bitcoin. A lot of people say Bitcoin is going up. Why is this stock not going up? This is why, because of debt. And they're increasing the debt every day more and more. They need Bitcoin to go higher and higher before this thing will start popping to the upside. But if anybody wants to play high risk, make more money in case Bitcoin does break out because of that Supreme Court decision, I think the most money will be made in MSTR. MSTR could jump because it's getting really pushed to the downside, especially because of the debt. Okay, just keep that in mind. If you're trading this stock, be careful of that debt. Okay. Coin exchange, this is the one that makes all the profits when the the Bitcoin gets traded. All the cryptocurrencies. This is a stock, I believe it is still good. They make money, and is it an opportunity to buy here? I'd say wait. Do you remember the S&P decision when they put in the S&P? This is where the stock went. So right now the market has been coming down, a lot of profit taking, but again, if the Bitcoin here again Supreme Court, this could push coin back to the upside. What's Ethereum doing? This is another place where the money could go. Look at that bullish flag. But if the price breaks above here 49.25, this goes maybe higher and higher. This is bullish flag. This is where I would wait. 41.09. If it goes below that, that would be bearish. But anything above here, bullish flag should break. This was a bullish flag here, broke to the upside. This was a bullish flag, broke to the upside. And this was a bullish flag here, broke to the upside. So what stops from this happening to the upside? And if we get that Supreme Court decision, money will also go into this coin as well. Okay, we will see more money coming in here. And
So, Paji, quick question.
Yes, sir.
ਫਿਰ ਬਾਏ ਉਦੋਂ ਕਰੀਏ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਆਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਬਾਏ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ?
Look, if you're in Bitcoin ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ,
Ethereum ਦੀ.
Ethereum ਦੀ. So Ethereum is in the bullish flag here. A lot of people do buy because it's bullish flag. A lot of people do buy it here, okay, in the bullish flag, and hoping that it breaks up above here. But if you do buy it here, okay, your stop loss is below this, okay, 41.15. If it gets below 41.15 and you bought it in here somewhere, so be careful. That's where your stop loss is, okay? Did you understand that?
Anji.
Okay, good. Because you want to protect yourself in case this thing just all of a sudden really pops to the downside. But the risk right now is to the upside. So not the risk, more is, the one is to the upside, because remember, this bullish flag broke up here to the upside. This one did, and why not this one? The only thing is always check in the back. See, this was a high back here, but again, there is no resistance here. Once this breaks up here, there's no resistance above. Who knows how high can it go? And I like Ethereum better than Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Okay, I like Ethereum better. Look, Ethereum almost more than doubled from the bottom here. Okay, so others, I'm not a big believer in other stocks like HUT, Mara, Riot. I know a lot of people trade those because they're Bitcoin. If you want to trade Bitcoin, trade Ethereum, trade something more than just, I don't know, like MSTR. But these stocks, I don't understand a lot of them. HUT is pumping up to the upside because of Ethereum. They do hold a lot of Ethereum, this HUT here. Okay, and I used to have this one time, and I ran up. I think I sold it around $40 a while back. So look at the other stocks. Has anybody got any other stocks they want to take a look at? Because I'm going to look at the stocks in the news now. Okay, the forex market quickly. Again, Japanese yen. This thing is heading to the downside. We have a Japanese rate decision tonight. Okay, I don't think they're gonna cut. I don't think they're gonna raise. I don't think they're gonna do anything. They're not gonna be doing it till the next month. Okay. They're not doing anything. And what is that going to hold with the US dollar Japanese? I think it's going to hold steady. But it did kick to the downside after the rate cuts. Remember I said when the rate cut happened, this will go to the downside. It did, and then it popped right back up. Okay? But I still think my long-term view is the Japanese yen is going to get stronger against the American dollar. Okay? So I do think that. And same thing with the pound. Pound is gonna head to the upside. I think it's gonna hit yesterday. If you look, if you look at the pound yesterday, it kind of dropped and went to the sideways. Let me bring it down to the 1 hour. See, it went down back to the upside. It's got I $1.40 target is on this one. Okay, definitely a $1.40. Euro has gone over $1.18 back here. Again, dropped a little, went up after the rate cut. It almost hit $1.19. It did hit $1.19. Sorry, above. It almost wanted to hit 120. Again, very strong. They're going back up to 120. Okay, that is that, and I don't think we got anything else here. I don't want to talk about U.S. Canada dollar. They're pretty much steady. And let's talk about Intel. Okay, there's no doubt about this. This one is influenced by Donald Trump. Talking to Bobby, the NVIDIA CEO, he took him on a trip to London. Bobby told him, hey, take some position in Intel, drive it up for me so I can sell some. He probably bought a lot of shares in this one. You know, Donald Trump passing a phone, hey, kids, go buy some in Intel because Hang Seng is going to make an investment. Do it before, right? Again, does anybody believe that it does happen or not? I know I do. But anyways, the stock has run up. Intel on that decision. Nobody knew this was coming, but it sort of after the government took a position in it, and Intel announcing. I don't know what Intel is seizing. This is really. I think it's more. This is like they've been around. Nvidia has a better chip. Why would they want to spend $5 billion, $6 billion on a company like this? Okay, it's only because it can't help them. I don't think Nvidia has a better chip. They have a better platform. Intel has the only chips they make is for the desktops, right? But other than that, I don't really see a benefit for Nvidia getting into this. And the only reason I think they're in is because of Donald Trump asking Hang Seng to do this investment. Okay, so that's the only thing I can believe. And Google, again, there could be a meeting between Z and Donald Trump tomorrow. And China was suing Alphabet. They were suing them for there was a Android software. They had a class lawsuit against them, but they dropped that this morning. And I think the reason they dropped it is because Donald Trump is going to have a meeting with Xi tomorrow. So make Donald Trump happy, and the Chinese can get what they want. So the stock is up this morning to 252, and it's been running ever since. So they made a deal with Meta there, and that's where they made the deal. And look where the stock is. So far it's been running, and it's still bullish if anybody's holding on to it to the upside. That was a news out of China. What's the other stock? Meta. Meta is coming out with glasses, $700 glasses. I'm a buyer. I like the glasses. I would. There's more technologies coming from Meta. I've been saying that for the last year. Over a year, I've been saying they got so much more technology coming out, and I think this is going to be $1,000 stock. And I've been saying this around since 300. Okay, I see this as a $1,000 stock, and this could be a nice breakup around 797, but it's bullish again today. So if anybody wants to trade it, I think it's a pretty good bet. It's gonna go higher. Okay.
Day trade ਭਾਜੀ ਜਾਂ short term?
Long.
Okay.
Go long. No short on this one. No. Okay. So what's the other ones that are happening in front of me? UEC has come down a little bit. I know a lot of people hold this. They were asking what to do with it. I would put a stop loss around 1144. Okay, we bought this around 650, $7, and 1144 is the stop. I think uranium is still hot. It should go higher. It did touch around the 13, the 25 level there. It's still very much bullish, this stock. Okay, If anybody wants to put a like a stop loss, tight stop loss, you would go just draw a trend line. If it goes below the trend line, you can get out. Look, 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch. Try to come down, try to come down. So if it goes below this trend line, that's your exit. There you go. All right. If you have a lot of profit, you want to exit this one here, do it below the trend line. And you don't have to watch this all the time. For those who don't know, you can actually put a trend line here. Alert. See that alert? I clicked on the trend line and right click on it, and you get this trend line. You can put a price here. You can say if it crosses below or above. If it could, let's say if you want less than, right? If it or crossing down, you can pick this and put an alert on it like this, and then just create. If the price goes below this here, it will send you an email alert, whatever you got to set up for here. You can send yourself an email, webhook if you trade automatic or play sound. Okay, you can also do an auto trade through webhook. Okay, and the webhook will do it for you. And all you have to do is put a message in here, crossing. This one is actually alert. You can also say in here sell in case you wanted to sell below this one here. You can do that. Okay, that is your UEC. And what else I'm looking at? I have a lot of news. Actually, I still have too much news. We talked about Apple. Apple has get an outperform rating to $290 target now. Bernstein actually gave a target on this one. So Apple is a 290 target. It is up a little bit. It's sitting at 239. Can it get to 290? I think they really have to improve on the especially the what do you call the iPhone with AI and stuff like that. Okay, so I think this thing here is a temporary. It'll hold here for a while, but I don't think it's going anywhere. What other news is coming up, guys? Micron Technology is hitting records, and their chip storage are going up and up. If you have this one, baby, hang on to it. It's going higher. Just broke that. Remember we talked about yesterday, just a couple of days ago, about this high, and it did break it. It's going higher. Micron is sitting at 163. When it gets into the black space, it can go. Who knows where it's gonna go? Okay, because there's no resistance. Okay, that is Micron. Now I want to talk about Nucor. Nucor is down on the outlook. I know a lot of people have to follow this one, but I don't have the stock. Nucor is down this morning because of the outlook for profit Q3, and that's going to the downside. So negative on that one. Cracker Barrel, I want to talk about a little bit of that. Cracker Barrel, why? Because the Trump family got involved in this one. They were changing their name, I think, something like that, or ticker or something happened, and they're also negative right now. So if you're following this one, I think it's a good stock, but I think if we can wait for an opportunity in this one, maybe get around the $42 price, $40 price. So everything is negative right now. It's sitting at 46.50. I think it's a good buy around 40, but let it get there, then we'll talk about it. Okay, Cracker Barrel. Novo Nordisk gained 7.1%. This is a pharmaceutical out of Euro. What's the ticker? Is that NVO? Okay, yeah. Actually, Gurkeith is right on it. You're right on it. Good. This one here is sitting at 62.50. 7.1% gain after the study showed its diabetic drug, what's the name? Zampic, outperformed. So their diabetic drug has actually showed improvements, and this is pushing to the upside, 62.51 this morning. I think this is a good, if they can get a cure for this diabetes, you imagine the stock price that can pop up on this one. So keep a close eye on this one. Okay, so I think it is a buy. PayPal, remember yesterday I mentioned it on the news. They made a with Google, I think they made a deal with Google, and it's up to $70. Yesterday I talked about this one at $66, and then it closed around 68. And if you bought it on the as I told you yesterday, well, congratulations, you're up this morning. It's going 70. This could break out further to the upside. If it's 70.65, if it breaks that, we could maybe going back to the $79-$80 level on PayPal. So I put that in the chat yesterday. If you guys picked it up on this one, congratulations. Can it run further? Look for a breakout above here, around $70.71. If it gets above there, then it can pop back to the upside. Okay. So that is PayPal. Tesla, it's getting a little bit of, it's continuing on a momentum after, what's the name? Elon Musk bought $1 billion shares, $1 billion worth of shares, and it's continuing its run to the upside. And I like it on the base of Robotaxi, but I think it's run up quite a bit. I started liking this stock back right around the trend line. Remember when I started talking about Robotaxi? It's a $10 trillion worldwide business. And if they can catch that along with Uber, both of these companies could really outperform. I was really hoping Uber would hit $100, but it keeps denying me that. Okay. CrowdStrike is another one. It's got an upgrade this morning, CRWD. Listen, guys, I talk about all these stocks because there's a lot of people in here follow these stocks or have these stocks. I don't have every single one of them. I'm just giving you a news on it. What should you do? Okay, like on CrowdStrike this morning, it has a 6% upgrade, so I will not be short on this one. Okay, it's popping to the upside on from 445. It's up for almost like what, $25. That's a pretty strong push to the upside. So would I jump into it right into the start? No, I would wait. Pre-market, remember, the stock trades very few shares, and that's why the price moves up and down that much. If you are interested in this, let it come down. Watch what happens at 9:30. That's where I would start with. Nike is upgraded as well. Another retailer that has been kicking to the downside. Okay, it's going up. Is it a turnaround story? It's stuck in this bullish pattern here a little bit. I would say a little bit bullish, even though it gapped up. I would say this is a bullish pattern here. Stop your loss right there around 69.94. That's where you should have your stop loss. But if you are going to buy anywhere in between here, they're looking for this breakout above $80. That's what you're looking for. If you want to buy it here, sure, you can buy it here, but make sure you have a stop loss around 69.79. Okay, everybody get that? Please follow these, especially stop losses. Let's talk about some stocks in the chat here. REZI, by what's is doing. Rizzo Technologies, wow, very good. Beautiful chart, breaking out to the highs from the, it had 2018 or 2000, yeah, that is IPO, and now it's higher than the price of IPO. So what does it do? And can it continue? Chart looks very strong technically. I like the revenue growth, very good. And what does this company do? Are we doing safety solution, residential, commercial market? Okay, sounds good to me what they're doing here. And I like the revenue growth. It's only $5.90 billion company. The earnings are negative right now, but these numbers are good. But why are the earnings negative? Earnings should be positive. Actually, it should have a price to earnings ratio. If you want to find the real price to earnings ratio, take this number, this number, this number, this number, add it together and divide into the current price, which is $39.63. You'll get the price to earnings ratio, the one that doesn't have it here. I don't know why they don't have it here. It should be there. So take these numbers, take these 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, divide that into the price. If you want to look at the future price to earnings ratio, then take these numbers and divide that into the current price. If this number here for the future is less than this number here, you're buying a good stock. That means the future earnings are growing. They're going to be making money. Okay, so do understand that when you are doing fundamentals, and we will do a fundamental class very soon. I haven't done this for a while, but we'll do it again. But there are some recorded classes already in the learning, in the education. We already done it in the past. You can watch those, but we'll try to do a class on the weekend, probably Sunday morning. Saturday morning, I got a waiting at the church, but at the Gurdwara, but on Sunday morning, we'll do a class on fundamentals or something. All right. It's a good stock. I like it. I like the earnings. I like the numbers. And that's why this stock is going up. Look at the revenue growth. And this can run further? Yes, I think it can. If you have it, well, put a tight stop. But if you're gonna buy it, also keep a tight stop. You can still buy this one. Okay. Definitely very nice stock. REZI. AMTM. This one is a laggard. What is it doing now? It's a little bit up this morning, 22.49. I don't know about Gurkeet, what this stock is gonna do. It got good numbers, good revenue. I don't know why it's here. Why is it going low? I think this stock should be up here, 35 bucks, not 22 bucks. So I don't know. I still hold it. I'm still in profit. But again, it broke this trend line to the downside. If you sold out here, that's fine. You know, would I buy it? Not a buyer right now, even though I have it. So we'll see if it can turn around to the upside. I'm not gonna do much with it, so just keep it there. AMSC. Let's take a look at that one. American Semiconductor. Okay, it's probably running with the, all the chips. Especially with Micron. Nice going up to the upside here. Nice. Can it continue to the upside? Let's take a look at the numbers here. Earnings. I think it's getting overpriced according to the numbers here. Let's take a look at the statistics. Yeah, I think that it's getting overpriced. Even though it had a good run, it's getting overpriced with these numbers. So I would just wait. I would wait for it to, even though it's running. And if you have it, if you have it already, hang on to it. You always like put a tight stop. But if you're going to buy, you are chasing it, because it is. I know it's in the black space. Who knows how far can it go up? But you also don't know how far it can come back down fast if it does, and then you're gonna get stuck in this stock. You want to buy these stocks when they're breakout. You would have bought it at 58.44. That's where you wanted to buy it, on a breakout. Okay. You wanted to buy a breakout here. This is a nice cup. Look at this beautiful cup and handle breakout right there. And that was a breakout at 34.91. This was even better breakout here. I would have been safer around $40 breakout. Okay. So it definitely looks good. Okay. So Serve is, I'm still holding a little bit of position in Serve still. This is a robotic stock. It is up at 1203. Look for a break around 1379 if you're looking to buy this one. It's a robotics play. Okay, technology play. That's all it is. But if again, I'm not a buyer here, but you can buy it right there, even though I hold it. Okay. SoFi is the $30 target on this one. All right, stock is up this morning, 27.56. What can I say? It has a nice run. If you have from $7 or $10 or $15, keep your stops tight. I think it can. If you got a good profit, don't be afraid to take it. But I think this stock can still run to $30. Okay, $30. CLS, that's Celestica, and they have run up on AI. They have taken over from a lot of the companies, the circuit boards. They've been running up nicely. 255. This is a nice bullish flag here. If it break above 258, I would buy, but otherwise I would also keep a tight stop around 234. That's where I would stop out. But again, it's breaking to the upside. Stock has been running. I'm not chasing this stock. Somebody told me about this stock way back here. It was running, but I just don't like to chase it. Even though the stock has gone up considerably up from there, but I just don't. I'm not a chaser. I like to get the stock when this happens here, this breakout. That's when I like to buy it. Okay, that is Celestica. What is AMSC? Okay. Talked about that. If you bought it at 55, you bought it at 55. Okay, AMSC. Okay, should you, if you're asking me if you should hang on to it, well, yeah, just put a tight stop on it. You're making a good profit. Keep a tight stop though, TJ. Starbucks is a good company. Again, I the CEO keeps promising things, and everybody's waiting for him in the next quarter. They're gonna give him a pass. Give him a pass here. Okay, are they gonna give him another pass right here on the next earnings? That's gonna be the interesting question. So it's sitting at 83.42. I like the stock. I own a little bit of shares. I sold a little bit. I own it, but I'm looking to maybe buy, but depending on what the earnings are going to look like on the next look. Right now, the algo just took a short to the downside on the Nasdaq. So, anyways, that is my thesis this morning. Starbucks, make sure it doesn't break this trend line to the downside. That's where if you're looking to buy, you want to buy above this trend line and hold this trend line. If it goes below that, you may not want to hang on to it. Okay. So no problem, TJ. Thank you. Time to buy a CMG. CMG is I'm keeping a very close eye on this one. We talked about it the other day. It's making a little bit of U-turn. Yeah, I think it. Yeah, I think it can be bought. I think this stock here is It's a very solid stock. It has run down ever since the CEO has left. I think it can turn around. They still make good food. They still make good restaurants. What they did was in the last earnings, they mentioned a little bit of the same store sales have been gone down a little bit. Again, I think people gonna eat. They still like Chipotle. I think it's cheap food. Cheap for them to make, not cheap for us to buy, but cheap for them to make. I think it's a good. I like Chipotle. My kids like Chipotle. Everybody likes Chipotle, but yeah, I think it's getting a little bit cheap. I think it maybe don't buy a lot. Just start maybe accumulating a little bit of the shares. A little bit at a time. But can it come down to this level here? 35, that's what we talked about the other day, but it has to break this level first, which is 39.49. Okay, but I think it could turn around to the upside. CMG definitely looking good. Okay, so thank you very much, guys. Looking at that trade here on the if you look at so far it's making good money. What is it up to? It's making about 135 bucks. It's gone high as 180 bucks on this one so far. Let's see where it ends up. I'm watching this very closely. So if you are in this trade, I will leave the market update here and let Harvey do his market update, and I will see you guys right after that. So thank you very much, guys.
All right, good morning, everybody. Hope